Barbarians alike, Shams Nelson here from Fantastic Anatomy, and in this episode of Fantastic Anatomy, in the Fantastic Anatomy series, we're going to be drawing eyebrows, so let's just get started. So, the first thing to think about or to know about when drawing eyebrows, there's I like to break it down into three sections. So the eyebrow hairs are going to go like this. So let's put an eye in here just so we got an idea what we're talking about. So you see these hairs are sticking more or less kind of more upwards. So where these ones are sticking diagonal and these ones are sticking almost horizontally. So that when broken down into a cartoony shape kind of gives you the main, and this part's usually bigger too, the main part, and then coming off of it are these guys going like this, and then there'll be a curve. There's usually one kink or major curve in an eyebrow. But I think eyebrows are one of the places where you can get really creative and it'll still work out. So the next thing is how they kind of flow with the eyeball. With the eye, I mean, not the eyeball. There's this kind of flow right here, and Sikra Yasin, Sikra's YouTube channel, he does a video. This is where I learned about this a while back, and he goes into more detail. But this is a nice way to get the eye to flow with the eyebrows. So I didn't do any. Anyways, see what I'm saying? Alright, so now that we got those basics down, let's put them on some Fantastic Anatomy type skulls. So I'll just make a new layer. That'll be faster. So let's draw some skulls in here super quick. I don't want to make my brush a little bigger. Alright, so we're going to do 4. Let's do 4 of these guys real quick. I'm going to make them pretty generic, because I want to keep the base the same. I could have, I guess, copied and pasted them over, but it's really fast to do these, and that's one of the reasons, one of the kind of goals of the Fantastic Anatomy method, I suppose, is that you can draw lots of characters. It's not like, it doesn't take a lot of time to start doodling out some characters. Alright, cool. So I kind of broke it down that there's 4 basic ways the eyebrows can sit over the eye sockets. So the first easiest way is this kind of shape, okay? And so the nose, actually we do the nose like this, I forgot. Well, I guess you can put it over, I sometimes do that. And then this is gonna have, well, I'm gonna talk about this whole thing when I do the nose episode, which I think will be next. But yeah, so that'll help create that area. Then if it goes higher up, it's a little more anchored here and here. So the arch, so it still goes up a bit, but the arch will, oops, I lost it there a little, I think. You see what I'm saying? Like this part go up more than these parts. That's what I'm trying to say. And to keep it anchored with the eye, you kind of like imagine that line coming down, and if the eyes are that open, these eyes should be open, and yeah, the eyebrows are that raised. I mean, the eyes should be more open. All right, cool. Then low, if like angry or tough or a Neanderthal. So that's going below the eye socket. So this one was right on top of the eye sockets. This one's way above. And this one is a little bit below. Let's put in an eye there just to get an idea. And I guess you could push it even farther. I mean, that's something to experiment with. Okay. And then, what was the last one? Oh yeah, and then when they're not symmetrical. So all these are symmetrical down the middle. But you can do that, and that's gonna make like a confused look, and keep the flow coming in there. And I'm gonna go into more. I'm gonna do an episode on expression in particular, so I will save that. I won't go into like the eyebrows are a big part of the showing expression, but so are like the whole face. That's why I think you need to go through the whole face and then tackle that, because a lot of things are going to change when you have expressions. Okay, so the last things I'll say is how can we get creative? How can we make these eyebrows fantastical? So, with Fantastic Anatomy, I like to, mess with the proportions and stuff. And so I just kind of broke down, like, how can we mess with eyebrows? Well, we can make them, okay, so they can be more angular. I'll just draw, like, some random example. Oh, and that's another thing I like to do, this little line right here in the middle. That's, so, since this middle part, I don't know. I guess that was a bad example, because this is a female character. I probably wouldn't do it on her. But, that's something I tend to do. Oh, the thing just froze up a little bit. Whatever. I hope you guys get what I mean. So angular, more rounded. So they can just be like, you know, round like that. They can be, you can vary the length. So one prime example of that is making it really long. And I always think of elves, especially the elves of World of Warcraft. The night elves. I don't know if the blood elves also have that. Anyways, having them come really long, or you could make them very short, I suppose, too. Did you guys experience that? Thickness, thick or thin. I feel like there have been characters who have eyebrows like that, which is pretty cool, actually. I like that. Oh, thickness and closeness, how close they are together, making them closer or farther apart. So that's a lot of stuff you can mess with to get your fantastic anatomy, to be making up your own fantasy characters. And yep, that's it. Peace, God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone.